everyone and welcome to Craftworks. Today I want to show you this magnificent set that is coming in May, and it is called Gallery Blooms. Now these floral images are just the prettiest you have ever seen, but look at the dies. Okay, so you get 13 dies in this pack, and some of them are just standalone. So this is the one that I'm using today to create this. And then there's this one that I used on a previous project, which is this one. I love this flower. Okay, it reminds me of the old peony set that we used to have. And you'll see that for the card that I'm making, I'm using it as a background stamp. And then we've got these pieces that all stand alone, and these cut out the other images that we have in the pack. But then we have more here, and then we have this die here, which I have used on both cards. So let me show you. Okay, so it's one die, so you pop it through like this, and then you get this piece, which I've used there, this piece, and it's got a tiny detail in the corner, and I use that on there, and then this piece to make this pop. So for this card I didn't think it needed a sentiment, to be honest. I quite liked it. It's quite striking without. So the card I'm making today is this one, and I will be doing it in Daffodil Delight, just so that I've got a bit of a set going on here, which I'll mix and match. So I think we should just get started. Oh, and I'm using the brand new colour, which is called Secret Sea. Now it looks really blue here, but it's a strange colour. I think it does belong in the blues, but it's I can't really describe it, and on camera it's coming up like it might be navy, but it's definitely not. It's like a smoky kind of colour, and it is just gorgeous. It is my favourite, to be honest. Of all the new in colours, this is my favourite. So what you need is you need a piece, your basic card blank, your layering matte layer, just in white, one insert for the inside, and then the frame. This piece I'm going to put in the middle, and we're going to heat emboss a sentiment. Now this set doesn't come with any sentiments, so I'm using Impressions A Bloom. I'm using the Thanks. I only bought the stamp set, and I'm regretting not buying the dies, so I will probably go back and get the dies later. So let me just pop all of this away. So bear with me. Because I've already pre-cut. I need this one. I've already got that one out. Right, so this is for my image, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this twice, but I'm going to fussy cut the flower out and pop it over the top on dimensionals. When you do this, it is important that you colour in underneath, just in case you don't get the placement quite right or get some weird shadowing. It kind of hides it a little bit for you. So I don't need that piece or that piece right this second. Now I do need this here. Let me just find a piece of scrap. And then you do need quite a large block for this. And I'm literally just going to stamp this randomly on the page. So look at that. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And then I'm just going to fill in any blanks as I go round, basically. Right. When I say randomly, okay, I do mean it. Don't do what I'm doing and overthink it. Kind of want that leaf in there. And then one more just in this corner, trying to get the leaf again. There we go. I'm happy with that. This would make a great box. Just stamp an A4 sheet and use it as designer series paper. That would look awesome. Okay, I'm not going to clean this just yet. Should have left it on the block. Now I'm going to stamp this piece. Oh, I've got an inky mark on there. Check your fingers. And that is pretty much all of the stamping for now, until we're ready to do the heat embossing. So with this now, I don't want a border, okay, and I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can, but take your time. I'm not a massive fan of fussy cutting, if I'm honest. I did think if I use the die, I would just get a white border, so it like would be a waste of my time, really. There are some really pretty papers that go with this set as well, but I didn't order them. I think there was so many things in the new catalogue that I loved that I was trying to be sensible. So I forgot to mention, Stampin' Up have changed their reward system. Now this is really, really exciting. Okay, so for every £20, that's a leaf, for every £20 you spend, you will receive a 10% reward voucher. So there are two ways you can do this. You can go online and set up your online account, and you can select your favourite demonstrator. I would love it if you picked me, but no worries if you've already got a demonstrator. And Stampin' Up will automatically calculate your rewards for you on the website. If you don't like shopping online and you go to classes and your demonstrator is happy to do this, your demonstrator can place the orders for you, and then you will earn the rewards via them. So that's what I'm doing for some of mine. I've got a few that don't want to set up their own accounts, and I do cheap. We share the shipping costs. So I have a little book where I am calculating the rewards. You have a year to spend the rewards, by the way, which is amazing. So you can save them up all year and then buy something really cool. And that is every £20 that you spend. So I'm using Daffodil Delight now, and I'm going in with the dark first. So what I'm doing is I'm basically following the dark lines on here. Makes me feel like an artist. Yep, so that's really exciting news. So if there's, you will have to opt in, was what I was meaning to tell you. So when you set up your online account, there will be a little pop-up asking you if you would like to opt in to the rewards. So you need to click yes. So that's my dark done. Now I'm going to go over with the light Daffodil Delight. And circular motions is best because it helps blend in all of the darker one so it doesn't look so liney. Now I'm just going over any white spots that I see because they will stand out and I don't really want that. So that's the colouring in done. Now I need to get my Versamark and this piece here. So my embossing buddy, and I'm using the Thanks again from Impressions A Bloom, just because I think it's a really pretty. Ooh, I nearly put it on backwards. What are you doing? I really like the font, basically. I love the script, and I'm placing it over on this side. So Versamark, pop that there. Handy to have a fine brush. There we go, I'm happy with that. I'm going to pour the excess back. And then move that. Get my heat tool. That was really quick and easy, and how effective does that look? Really pops. So, right, my card blank, my frame, so making sure I've got the detail showing. Ooh, got a leaky glue. And then I'm just going to pop this down. So I want an even border right the way around. So that looks about right there. Lift that up there, push it that way a little. Now, ooh, don't do what I've just done. So that's that piece. And then this piece I'm gluing in the centre. Again, I'm trying to get an even border right the way around. Now, dimensionals for my flowers. I'm using all the offcuts. Get it round the right way. Line that up. Pop it down. See, I didn't get that on quite right, so lift it off. That's better. And now I am going to put glue all over the back of this. And I'm popping it down in that corner there. So I have some brand new bling as well, which I think are really lovely. What are they called? Holographic resin dots. So you get 3 different sizes. I'm using the medium-sized ones for this. And what I like about these is they actually look a bit like raindrops, because they're kind of a milky kind of colour. So I'm just going to pop that one there. That one there. And one up here. I think I kind of drawn it there. There we go. Oh, there I am. I thought I was finished. Should really pop it on the card. This one's nearly out. There we go. And there we have our finished card. Okay, so I've done one in red and one in yellow. Actually, I think I prefer the yellow for this one. In the comments, let me know which one's your favourite. I'm leaning yellow. Maybe it's because it's Easter this weekend. So thank you so much for joining me. If you want any other information about the rewards, just pop me a message. I'm happy to explain. If you want to purchase any of these products and you haven't got one of the new catalogues, let me know. I'll be happy to send you one. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.